for some unknown reason it looks like the me camera doesn't want to play at all. It's just kaput. I've got it on charge, but I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with that. Yeah, I don't know. You never know. It might spring into action on the way up the road. Have to wait and see, won't we? Yeah. I've got a funny feeling that's going to be a bit on the wonk. You know what I mean? Only slightly on the wonk, but on the wonk nonetheless. Ah, it's been such a long time, hasn't it? Such a long time. I've had these on charge, now that's something, so these should be alright with a bit of luck. Yeah, fully charged, ready to rock and roll. Oh, which one's that one? I think that one's righty. Righty, that's righty. Hello righty, sit there mate. Yes, we're going to have ourselves a little jolly, take a little ride. I mean, I don't know if you can see that at all. Whoa, hang on, I think we're having technical difficulties already. Oh man, first drive along in, well, I just can't remember when, and already cameras are not working and we're having issues. Brilliant. But hopefully we can remedy them before the drive along starts. What do you reckon? Do you think we've got chances of that happening? Well, fingers crossed. Just keep watching. Oh dear. But there's no life in that fucker at all, no matter what. So we just have to figure it out as we go along, won't we? Not really a fat lot we can do. I've got to go lower the back of this because it's one of those really old trailers that are knackered. Is this going to come on yet? No. No. Still hasn't sprung into life yet. See, it might need a bit of a boost charge first before anything actually happens, you see, so there's always that. You never know. Somewhere down the line, after about 20 minutes of charging, it might go, oh, hang on, I've got some juice back. Awesome stuff, you know what I mean? Right. Which one are you? I can pop you out there for a moment. Because I can reach this side, I'm on the footpath. Oh, that ain't too bad, I suppose. It's near enough. Near enough. I'll have to lower the suspension down. I'll reach it, just about. You're coming in a bit more than that. Come on, all the way. So I can pick him reach it. Not too bad. Okay then, so you've just turned off. That's nice of you, isn't it? You bloody thing. Oh, come here. It's a good job I spotted there, isn't it? Hello, back again. Oh fuck me. Fancy not seeing that. I'm going to check the other one. Oh, nice. That's still recording. Yeah, that's recording. I think it just wants me to stretch up here, I think. Blech. Yeah, I think that'll do. Near enough, I suppose. Oh. Pop that back. I can barely reach them fucking things. My freaking toes are bent that far up, I felt like a pissing ballet dancer. Love a duck! In the meantime, has this one decided to do anything yet? No. It does that, but nothing else happens. For some unknown reason. Oh, hang on. Hold the phone. It's charging. Oh, well, something's happening anyway, I think. Come on, wake up. Surely you should be charging by now. Is that going to turn off? It doesn't want to turn off. It's come on, but it just doesn't want to turn off. Interesting. Interesting to say the least. We'll have to persevere, just in case, you know what I mean? It's always worth investigating these things because you never know. There's got to be a reason why you're doing it. Just pop the card out a couple of times to... Yeah, get rid of some dust just in case there's all that kind of rubbish. And then, see, there should be a charging light come on, but there ain't no charging light coming on. And we have a charging light. Now there we fucking cooking with gas. Let's put that back in there, shall we? Oh, I tell you what, I think it just needed some energy. It was like completely depleted. I think that's what's up with it. So I'll put that there. Charging light should come back on again. Please come back. Yes, we have a charging light, ladies and gentlemen. We have a charging light. Do we have recording capability? That came on a bit quicker. Oh, we have a flashing frigging symbol saying we are charging. Oh, yeah. Oh, I tell you what, I just make sure everything else is fucking alright now. Yeah, that's still recording. After about half an hour fanning about with that. Right, let me just get rid of some of this crap out the way. We don't need that there, that can fuck off over there. We don't need that. Pig can stay. Put pig there. Yeah, that's pig. Shout out to pig. Yeah, pig. I think I might need the twat nav. Do I need the twat nav? Do I really need the twat nav? Shall I put the sat nav on, or shall I just wing it? I pretty much know where I've got to go. It ain't like it ain't difficult. It ain't like it ain't difficult. Oh, after all that. Life is wonderful once again. It is wonderful, absolutely. Ooh, hang on. We have movement in the back. Why do we have movement in the back? Oh well, never mind. Anyway, ladles and jelly spoons, welcome and all that. Here we are. We are doing a drive along. We haven't done for, well, I can't remember how long it's been. It's been that fucking long. It's been donkeys. Absolutely donkeys. Probably about what? Yeah, that long? I thought to myself that if the weather stays off and it don't piss down of rain, I'll put the older cameras on, being as I'm up in Immingham, for those of you who don't know, and you can't tell, and you've never been here before, and you have no clue where the hell I am on this planet. I am telling you right now, I am in Immingham. So, today's little fun and fucking festivities we had was this morning on the way up, literally 2 miles away from our yard, up the A5, Mrs. Cyclist decides to completely ignore the cycle path, and she's riding up the little part of the dual carriageway which is between the Churchbridge Islands and the traffic lights, which is where I think it's called Washbrook Lane. Yes, completely ignored it, and of course I'm following a great big fucking thing, and I'm about maybe a truck and a half away from him. Not going very fast. I think I was doing about 35. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't very fast to go in front of me anyway. Anyway, so there we have it. Tootling on off up there, and he does this sharp manoeuvre, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden I go, fuck, cyclist, bro, I got cars down the side of me. And I'm like, you stupid fucking woman. Well, I'll say, you stupid fucking cyclist. That's what I will say. Because at the end of the day, the fact that this person on a cycle decided to completely ignore the cycle path, which has been freshly built specially for these fuckwits riding on the road on dual carriageway. I mean, you tell me, does that make any sense? Nah, none whatsoever. None whatsoever. Well, my little jaunt today, I'm on my way to Wakefield from here. Yeah. Should be interesting. To a point, I suppose. Not been there for a while. As a matter of fact, I haven't been here for donkeys. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've done anything like super duper duper. I mean, this week so far, since I've been back, obviously out of the gatehouse, because I was playing security guard for 2.5 months. Well, I've done Manchester, Chorley, what else? Bolton, Leeds, Immingham, and also the Lichfield backers and forwards. Plus I've done a Birmingham. What else was that? Let me think. I think that might be it. That's about it so far. And obviously today, Immingham, and now I'm off to Wakefield. So yeah, all good fun. Brilliant, isn't it? I love it. I love it. The first day back, mind you, because this, believe it or not, I mean, what we on now? March the 22nd, is it, or 21st? Hang on, let me just check my old TikTok. 21st. So, if it's the 21st, hang on, bear with me. I would say, I mean, this is like coming towards the end of my second week back. Pretty much. So, there you are. That's that. Second week back. I have managed to corral this vehicle most of the time. After I pissed and moaned the last time when that was taken off me, and I was given some yeah. Let's put it like this. As you've probably seen, because I'd showed you when I got in the vehicle and a little bit of a tour around it as I came to it after not being in it for 2.5 months, and what an absolute fucking disaster it was. And then that week I titivated with it. You know, it makes me feel like this might be my third week, you know. Yeah, well, anyway. Got it all back nice, shiny, pretty, right? And then, only to have the fucking thing taken off me, somebody else is, you know, driving in my clean truck, you know, and I'm given something that just resembles, well, let's just say, fucking stick of the dumps home. It's just not good. Not good at all. So, needless to say, I was a little bit angry. And when I mentioned the fact that these inspection sheets that we hand out and say, like, you know, here, this is what's wrong, this is what the state of the truck's like, nothing has ever been done with them, because, simple proof of the pudding, this vehicle, before I went into the security hut, was pristine inside, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Not a mark, not a blemish, nothing. It was lovely. Smelled fresh, it was great. Come back to it and it's a sack of shit. No longer though. It's really nice, and it's been kept clean as well. I mean, some of the night drivers who drive it like I do, it's like at the end of the day, if I'm gonna, you know yourself, if you're going to spend time and money, which is your own money by the way, because you're the one who's buying all the cleaning shit to clean things and what have you, if you're going to do that, then surely, right, you would hope that somebody, whoever's going to drive it, would appreciate that it's a nice clean truck and keep it that way. And also, you'd hope that you could keep hold of the truck as long as you possibly can. Unfortunately, that has been the case, which I'm quite happy. And I'll tell you what, you know, when I do drive it and I'm sitting there and I'm doing my thing, I don't care. I honestly don't really care. I mean, it's a slow ass truck, don't get me wrong. This thing, it's like 51 miles an hour maximum. It's brilliant. Absolutely. It's a proper time waster, this thing is, I'm telling you. Proper time waster. But I don't care about that, because I'm not like going and my hands aren't all fucking khaki and the fucking place stinks, it's fucking horrible, there's dust and dirt and shit everywhere. So I don't care, because it's nice and clean. I don't really give a shit how long I'm out, honestly, because I'll put my music on, I'll listen to it. It's a fresh truck, it's nice and tidy. There's nothing to worry about. It's awesome, absolutely fucking awesome. And I feel more relaxed. I feel better about myself, and the day goes quicker anyway, so I don't care. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I mean, if you're used to having your own truck and it's nice, clean and tidy, then obviously you like your nice, clean, tidy truck. But if you do swap vehicles quite often and you're getting into a bag of shit, something that resembles a fucking dinosaur's arsehole, you know what I mean? Well, at the end of the day, you are going to get rather racked off with it. And it depresses you. It makes me laugh when I was on that CPC course, that fucking the low city one, again. Fuck me. And they was talking about the health of drivers. The only thing they ever bring up about that, though, I mean, if you've ever done the low city one, is the stress, tiredness, all that kind of thing. And I'm like, you're forgetting most important part. The fucking health of the vehicle itself, internally, it has to be clean. Because if it's not, drivers can contract viruses and shit like that from other dirty, snotty, racked off bags of shit that get in here. But obviously, no, that didn't come up. Until I pointed it out. Yes. I had to throw my fucking line in there, and I was like, bring that back in, like, you know what I mean? Hang on a minute, you know what you said about that? But guess what? Yeah, pretty much. Now, are you going to go fast or are you going to go slow? Because I don't really want to be sat on your fucking arse all day, and I don't want to be getting any slower than I fucking already am. You cockeyed son of a slick. Fucking hell. Bastard. Slow it right the way down to fucking 43 miles an hour. Give him some gapping, and then you watch. I'll catch up with this twat again. I hate that. It fucking infuriates me. I mean, I know it's unusual anyway, because like I say, 51 miles an hour. So if I'm catching up with this turd again, and then I go to overtake, and he fucking speeds up again, he's playing silly buggers. And breathe. What? When stressed, squeeze pig. Honestly. Best fucking cue for stress ever. I mean, just listen. It's fucking awesome, isn't it? Oh dear. Honestly. Some of the things I fucking do. Yeah. Anyway, as we can see, there is a little bit of blue sky poking out, not much, mainly cloudy, but at least it ain't bloody raining, that's the main thing. Fucking rained enough, do you fucking head in? I mean, the rain last week, and it just kept on coming and coming and coming, like fucking hell! You can't get dry, because of course, the day it decides to piss it down of rain is the one when I'm doing multiple trailer changes, so you never get dry. I mean, it's alright when you go for fucking hours up the road and hours back again, like you don't care so much, because at least you can dry off, but fuck me. Yeah. I must admit, I'm not really a fan of the rain. It does get a bit boring after a while. Around about fucking 5 minutes in, it's fucking boring, ain't it? We got noises that I don't like. Well, I've brought one of me. Hang on, let me just get this right. So my vocabulary is going a bit going funky. No, that's right. I brought it with me today. Right. It's one of my job lot. It's only the clock, the watch itself, the basically the bezel, the cast. Yes, it just hasn't got a strap on it, basically. But what it is, it's a radio-controlled watch, okay? Yeah, I know, funky, innit? And this radio-controlled watch, I've actually calibrated the first screen, which is the digital side of it, but it's also got an analog side to it. But the analog, for some unknown reason, won't calibrate. The digital side is perfect. It sits at the right date, which is the 3rd, 21st, 2019. Brilliant. The time, spot on. But for some unknown reason, the analog clock face seems to be in this random 1 hour, 12 minutes out of sync, and scratching me bonds at the moment. I can't figure it out. I've took the battery out, and on the battery cover it says, caution, clock will not work until fingers have reset till 12 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, maybe I might need to do that, because originally it wasn't, obviously the digital side, it didn't pick up any frequency, and it wasn't catching any broadcast, because it's a radio signal from out there that calibrates that. And there's a certain place, there's one in Rugby, but that one's been moved somewhere. I don't know when it was moved, or it's already been moved, I don't know. But at the moment it's just going spinning round and round and round and round, doing whatever it's doing. But the display, the digital display, isn't working at all. So, but it did say it won't work until the fingers reach 12 o'clock. But it's already gone past 12 o'clock. It's now worked its way around to 7:30 again. So I don't know what's cracking on with it. I've no idea. But I'm sure we will find out. Ooh, little bit of sunshine's breaking through. How about that? That's good, isn't it? I am hoping it works though, because even though it's an old version, it's very clean. I mean, I have scrubbed it, but I mean, it was only just like dirty, it wasn't damaged. So I've scrubbed it, it's really clean, it's nice. It's got a nice face to it. I'll show you later. I just hope that with me fetching the battery out and then doing what I've done to it, it's going to work. But I don't know. I have no idea. No idea at all. Because I've been going up to the likes of Manchester and Chorley, up that direction, up the M6. When we was, it was yesterday. It was so stupid, right? It was comical, absolutely comical. Because obviously they're doing all this roadwork shit now at the moment until 2022. They are refurbing and widening from junction 13 up to 15. I think that's what it is. But from 16 to 19 has been completed, right? Finished, it's done. They may be doing some little offside titivating, like, but the road itself is done. So on the way up, as you're driving along, eventually you'll start to come towards junction 19. Well, just before 19 on the northbound side. Is it northbound or is it southbound? Let me think. No, it is northbound. You come to... Is it before or after? Do you know, I can't remember now. I'm sure it's before. It is, and it's before. So you'll come to Knutsford Services, right? So lane 1, which originally would have been the hard shoulder, then you can indicate and break off and go into the services. Then obviously coming out the services you have to indicate to get into lane 1. But lane 1 is, or will be, a continuation to junction 19. And let's see if you can follow this. I'll do my best to describe it as best as I can. Lane 1 being now continuous up the slip road, you go up the slip road, but lane 1 is the right lane of the slip road. The left lane branches off from it. So what you're finding is that people are driving down there in lane 2 of the motorway, not lane 2 of the opposite, thinking that people are moving over, but they're not. And they are blocking the road off, so lane 2 and 1 are fucked, and they're trying to get over the hatchings to push in front of all the traffic. And to see that there was cars, there was an Arctic, and I'm like, it's so stupid, it's comical, because they're not paying attention, and because obviously, as always, people are people, and they want to jump the queue. They're driving down lane 2 as close as they can get to junction 19 where they want to get off, but not realising that the left lane is hidden because everybody's just going straight up the slip road, which becomes the right lane. And it's like, well, you're a fool, a lot of you are. So from now on, when I'm traversing that way, unless I've got to get off at 19, but not normally, I'm going to be traversing down the fucking the lane 3 of that section, I think. Get out of the way. I mean, eventually I suppose they may learn. What do you reckon? Is there a possibility? It's a matter of the people who use it quite often. It's reprogramming them, you know what I mean? That's the problem. But unfortunately, there's certain individuals that just they're basically, the world revolves around them, so they don't give a shit about anybody else. But we have a lot of that, don't we, these days, unfortunately. We have a shitload of that. It's not fair, but we do. Ah well. Ooh, can I move over? Can I move over? I can move over. Yes, I can. Because we don't want to be going to Lincoln or Scunthorpe. No. I think it'd be my second day back, and I'd pulled out to one of the parking spaces in our yard, and I'm up against the cages and the fencing, whatever it was there, turned round and I felt this clunk, and when I looked behind me there's a fucking great big tear in the curtain. I'm like, how is that possible? Out of all these years, every single time that I've pulled out of those bays, never have I caught one like that, no way. But I did that day. I don't know how. I couldn't leave it any later, else the front of the cab would have hit the fencing. So I don't know. Weird. I'll put it down to the fact that I'm sort of I've lost a bit of my skill level, like, you know, my skill level's dropped after having 2.5 months off. I'm like, oh, good grief. Ah well, never mind. Such is life. But here's the thing: as soon as I did it, I told somebody about it. I didn't just fucking leave it. Like, I've come to trailers before now, and there's whacking great gashes in them. It's like, fuck. But nobody's been told about it, you know what I mean? It's not now good when you've got to be fucking going up the road. Oh well, never mind. Well, that watch has now sailed past 12 o'clock again. It's now, it's on its way again now. It just keeps on going. Nice. I don't know what's going on with that then. Fuck knows. I ain't got a clue. Fuck knows. I haven't got a clue. Well, I know one thing, it'll soon stop when the fucking battery's flat, that's for sure. It's coming up for 1:45 on it now. Yeah, never mind. Can't remember the last time I videoed this area. Or if I have, can't remember. Just gone past 10 past. 5:02. And it's now at 1 o'clock. Ta-da. Yes, it's still going. I wonder how long it's going to take. Or have I got to press another button for it to actually do some proper? Oh dear. I don't know. There's a possibility I might have to press a button on the time it is now, which is like 5 to 11, and then it might do something. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Who cares? It ain't like I haven't got batteries. Talking about batteries, as in the job lot there was a digital watch. It was a Casio. It's about that big, right? But the bit that surprised me when I fetched the back off was the size of the battery. There wasn't a battery in it, just the aperture the battery sat in. And I'm like, fucking hell, it was almost the same size as a bloody watch. I'm like, really? It needs that? Holy shit. So I'm rooting through my batteries. I mean, I have got a fair few of all shapes and sizes. I'm like, well, I've got no AGs that'll fit in there. None of me CRs will fit in there. Oh, hang on, let me just have a look at this one. And I look at it, I think, nah, that can't, it's too thin, it surely won't fit in there. Like, so I put it down and then I'll keep rooting around. I'll have another second look at these other ones. These are CR 1220s, right? And they're about the size of a 5p piece. And I just thought, well, I'll try it. So I offered it in, and it clipped in place. I'm like thinking, fucking hell. Clunk, put the fastener over it, clipped that in, and sure enough, it burst into life. I've never known that. I know, obviously, Casios, they can have some. I mean, I've got my data bank that takes two of the, I think the CR16s, it takes two of them, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Because obviously with it being a data bank, it needs power for the memory and all that sort of thing, like. But for something so bloody, I mean, it was that big, it's tiny, and the battery was like that big. It's nuts, absolutely nuts. Oh well, I'm looking at it thinking, that battery's going to outlive me, that fucker is. So that watch will be ticking away merrily. Be 2,000, what is it now? It'll be 2,100 and the fucker will still be ticking. Oh dear. I must admit, I have got a fair few of them done now. There's a few that I wear, like the one I've got on my wrist now. This is a Casio, it's a Bluetooth one. I don't know what the name of it is, it just says Bluetooth. There is a name for it, I think, I can't remember what. I like wearing my Nixon one as well, that's my rerun, I like wearing that one. I've got another digital Casio one, which is another sportsy watch one. I've got a a baby G, right? I've had a look at that one, give that a bit of a clean, put that together. That's all right. That works fine. I found in the bunch of the crap that I got the other day, I found a fossil digital watch. It was a sports watch, a ladies one, right? And it's got a beautiful pink LCD display. It's lovely, really is. It's very nice, very bright, very clean. All it needs is a new strap for it. Be a lovely little watch. It's a fossil as well, for crying out loud. Unreal. Might get about 20 quid for it. I sold it. It's alright, that is. There was an old quartz watch. I mean, fuck, this thing is old. I mean, really old. The older they are, especially the digital ones, the older they are, the less likely of them actually working. Because over time, if they're just left, they start to rot, and when you take the board out of the actual watch itself and have a look at the copper tracks, they've corroded, but they've corroded to a point where they've literally evaporated. It's just such a shame. I mean, I had this one that I took apart, and all you could see on the actual circuit board was the ghost lines of where the tracks used to be, where all the lines were. I'm like, that's not going to work anything at all. All the copper had just gone. It had disintegrated. Oh man, I've had a fair few of them happen. I just keep the bracelets and the bits and bobs, like, you know what I mean, off them, and the buttons and the face. It just depends, you know what I mean. But yeah, I went through the one last night. It was as ropey as hell. Took a couple of pictures off it, cleaned the body up. The case looks lovely. The case does. The watch itself actually worked, even though there's a bit of corrosion on the watch, certain parts of it. And so then I took the battery back out of it, got a bit of little bit of alcohol in there, dabbed and cleaned them all the contacts off. Right, put the mechanism back in the body of the watch, and then put the battery back in. Nothing. Not a fucking peep. And I'm like, no, you was fucking working. You was working. What the hell? All I've done is cleaned you. What? Did the fucking dirt hold you together? Unbelievable. But the other old one, which was a quartz analog, not a digital, the really old one, it's a lady's watch. It's got one of those elasticated bracelets with it, the ones that I tell you, I really don't like them. Don't like them at all. But I put a new battery in it, and as soon as I put a battery in it, the bloody thing sprung to life. I was amazed. I couldn't believe it. I'm thinking, out of all the watches I've had here, how old some of these are, and for this one to actually launch into life. Then I took my thumb off the battery and it stopped, and I'm like, So with those kind of scenarios, we have to do a little bit of jiggery pokery, right? So a little bit of insulation tape over the battery, and then you put a circular, because obviously the back is circular, or a square, depending on what you're going to do, over the whole thing, and then you put the back down, and it creates pressure to hold the battery in place. Job's a good one. It's certainly not a waterproof watch, it's only dustproof, so you're not going to go scuba diving in it. I had to clean the inside of the face as well, because that was manky. Now I sort of eased it and let it drop a little bit, and a little bit of tissue inside there, you know, scrub it away. Like I say, it's a nasty looking watch, even though I have cleaned it, but it still looks horrible. But when you look at it after it's been cleaned, even though it don't look like it has, you can see how much this watch has been worn through the years. I mean, it has been worn. The bracelet itself was so full of shit that I had to put a piece of string through the pin hole or hole, whatever, anyway, and tie it to the sink tap so I could stretch it, pour washing up liquid inside it, and then scrub it with a toothbrush and a scrubbing brush to get all the crap out of it. Once it was done, like, it was fine, it was perfectly fine. But it's got dents in it and marks, and so was the face on the watch. It's got marks on there, it's worn. So you can imagine somebody who did have it must have worn it quite religiously. It must have been their main watch piece. And obviously over time it's been left after a while. Maybe they couldn't get it to work. Obviously they didn't do what I've done. But I've been checking it the last couple of days, and yeah, it's functional. It keeps going. It hasn't stopped yet. It keeps going. Keeps on trucking. That's what it does. Then one of the Saxon ones that I had, it's only a small faced one. It's only like another tiny one. Put a battery in that worked first time. Great. So I took the because I looked at the backing. I thought, maybe this one won't survive being submerged. So I took the straps off, scrubbed them, cleaned them up, put them back on again, and I used some wipes for wiping the body of the watch itself, the case, and it came up all right. Great. So now pressing a little recessed button to set the time and the date. Brilliant. Now as soon as I pressed the button to set it, the fucking thing went off. I'm like, what the? So I popped the back off, took the battery out, put the battery back in again, came back on. Okay, so reset it, went back off again. Fuck. So I just left it. Come to it this morning, the fucking thing was back on again. Oh, great. So I reset the time. This time the time stayed on, it didn't go off. And then I looked at it before I left and it was still on. So maybe, I don't know, maybe. Bit bummed about that other one though, that other digital watch. I do like my watches, I really do. Especially the ones that are really crappy, like, you know what I mean, and they just didn't work, and I've managed to clean them all up and get them working. It's like a bit of an achievement, I find. I like that. It's fulfilling. It's like I know it's not an old one, but it's a few years old, I should imagine. One of the next to the jeweller's watches, that moon phase one, that didn't work at all, that didn't. And the reason why it didn't work, fortunately, is only the terminals, the battery connections were corroded. So I cleaned them all off, and that was the reason why it didn't work. And the reason for that is because somebody had left a battery in it too long. Yeah, when the battery dies, fuck the battery off. If you can't find a battery to replace it, just take it out and leave it out. Never leave it. I mean, I've took batteries out of these watches and the fuckers have swollen. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like, they ain't no bloody good at all. So I've had batteries out of watches where they've been festering. I'm like, and where's my hazmat suit? Quick! And them have gone. But yeah, that's what I've been doing in the last couple of weeks, adding some more to my collection. I've got a shitload of spare bits though. I fucking have. There's one that I have got. There's a watch that I would love to see if I can get it working, but I haven't got no batteries for it yet. And it's one of those edifice ones. But it looks like it's been in a fucking serious accident, because the face of it, the crystal glass and the ring bezel has got a hole in the glass, and it's been scuffed up. It's not very pretty, but the mechanics of it look intact. I'm gonna have to get a battery for it. It's I think it's a 621. I think it is. It's got this little brass terminal that sticks out the side of the battery. So it's one of those sort of like a rechargeable type of battery, so it'll keep recharging itself and replenish every so often. But obviously they don't last forever, but it lasts longer than what a standard battery does, I think. If that's how I understand it anyway, it's like an eco drive thing. It's for the size of the fucking battery, right, compared to the size of the bloody watch, you know what I mean? That's my conclusion anyway. So what I've gleaned from it. Especially if a fucking Casio this big has a battery that big, like next to it, like, this thing is only a titchy thing. But if I can get it to work by getting another battery for it, replacing that battery, and it does work, I may even take it in and have it refurbished, because I think it'll be worth it, because it's reasonably clean. It's not as if it's like been completely battered. It's just the bezel ring and the glass is gone. That could just push that out, put a new one in, and maybe replace the bezel, and that's it. Done. We're done. And it'll be a reasonably good watch. Huh? You're going to get a lot of that for the time being, because at the end of the day, I like my watches, and I've been playing with them for such a long time. It's been great. I can always switch to another subject if you fancy. I don't mind. If I haven't bored you enough yet. You know what I mean? Going through the TV shows that are on Netflix, and apparently, right, Iron Fist cancelled after season 2, Netflix. Luke Cage cancelled after 2 seasons. Daredevil cancelled after 3 seasons. Punisher cancelled after 2 seasons. And the biggest shock of all, fucking Jessica Jones is cancelled after the 3rd season. I'm like, what the fuck? That was the best one out of them all. And they've gone and fucking cancelled it. I'm like, oh, no. Fucking no. But if you jump over to Prime, and if you like a good comedy, right, and I mean laugh out loud shit, right, you can't beat the marvellous Miss Maisel. Oh, I just hope that the people who have created it, and the writing of this thing doesn't change in its way it comes across, and doesn't fall in the trap of being politically correct and you know, sort of sensitive to the sensitive people. You know, fuck them. I say they need to grow a fucking thicker skin, if you ask me, because if that's the case, it will ruin it. But if it stays as it is, it's fucking brilliant. It's funny. It really is funny. Looking forward to season 3. I know that much. That's going to go for quite a while, that is. I can see that now. It's going to go for quite a while. Unless something catastrophe happens with it and it just fucks it all up, then yes, it's going to be a good season to watch, that is. Something new though to look forward to if you're into your TV shows on Prime. And no, I'm not. This is not a sponsor. I just like watching Amazon Prime. I like watching Netflix. It's just one of those things. You know what I mean? It happens, unfortunately. You've got a new one starting at the end of this month called Hannah, and it looks like it's based on the film Hannah, the one that starred Saoirse Ronan, and what was his name? He was a guy. Was he David Banner? I think his name was. I think so. Yeah, I think. Anywho, I think it's based on that kind of storyline. They're obviously going to expand it. And I also searched to find out whether there was a couple more TV shows. I want to go that way, don't I want to go this. Oh no, hang on, no. Tell a lie. No, I don't want to go that way. Think. Use your brain. Where are we going? Wakefield. Well, I can. Go that way or that way. No matter which. Fuck it. Let's go this way. Indecisive bastard. Don't matter which way I go. I can go that way or that way. Don't matter. I'll go this way. Boop boop dip dip boo. Fuck it. Turned off the lights are gone on red. So everybody's stopping. Goliath season 3 will be coming soon. If you like a bit of Billy Bob Thornton, yes, it's a really good show as well. That's another excellent one. Bosch starts on the 19th of April this year, so that'll be next month. Looking forward to that as well. That'll be another one. Yeah, all good fun. Really is all good fun. I've been re-watching Bones on Prime. Oh dear. I was quite surprised, right? Because obviously I've seen it all before. That it was season 2 to season 3 when one of the main characters was sort of coming out of it, and then they started to have multiple people coming in each week to take that character's place, and I never found out why they did that. Weird. Ah well, but it's still enjoyable though, watching Bones. I like it. It's cool. I really was. I always remember the first time that show came on, and it was premiered. I think it was on Sky One. I think it was, and I'm like, fucking hell, something new that David Boreanaz is in, because obviously watching Angel and Buffy, you'd all remember him from that. And I'm thinking, oh, that's going to be a bit odd. I mean, I'm going to watch this now, and all I'm going to think of is Angel the Vampire. 5 minutes in, now he was fucking Sealy Booth. It was brilliant. I thought, now that is what you call a good actor. No matter what he does, if you can, any male or female, if they can do something like that, TV shows, and they're doing for quite a long time, and they play the same character, but now as soon as they jump into another character, all you see is that character. I always think to myself, they are proper, they're good. Yeah, I like that idea, because some of them get typecasted, don't they? They can't shift from that one particular genre. But now he's doing really well, so yeah, I've been watching that again. Bones, yay! I like it. It's cool. Brings back some good memories. I'd gone through The Mentalist, seasons 1 to 7. I went through all that. That was cool. I enjoyed that one, and that's why I'm on this Bones now. And then when I get bored of that, I just stick the forensic shows on for a bit and watch a few murder mysteries, some real life murder mysteries, that is. So yeah, pretty much what I do all day, that is, really. I'm faffing them either. So I've got that on, watching that one, I'm doing this, and I'm playing with that. Multitasking, you see, I'm always doing it. Oh dear, I'm non-stop, mad. That's still going. It ain't stopped yet. Fucking battery will be dead by the time I get up the road here. Oh dear, whatever. Who cares? It's just fun watching it go around in circles. It's fun watching it go around in circles. Nimbus Park, eh? There. Oh, good grief. This morning I had myself a breakfast wrap and a cup of coffee. I did all. I wasn't going to, but then I thought, why not? And I did. Oh. Apparently the McDonald's Monopoly starts today, doesn't it? On the 21st. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Has any of you lot out there ever won anything substantial on the McDonald's Monopoly game? Me? No. The biggest prize that I have won is a fucking Big Mac. That is it. None of these fucking cars or a TV or a fucking PlayStation or a phone. No. It's either going to be fucking 20% off some shit that you don't want, or it'll be a free cup of coffee or a free sundae or a fucking donut or something fucking crap. You know what I mean? It's never anything really exciting. Never done that. And 9 times out of 10, right? Because it's always is it Park Lane and Mayfield, the ones that gives you the big prize? You'll either have Park Lane or Mayfield. You never have fucking both of them. Never. That really pisses me off. The amount of times I've had fucking Mayfield and I've done like, oh great, Park Lane. No. Not a fucking cuckoo. Nothing. Holy shit. See fucking flowing smoke signals. Look at the state of that. Good grief. Oh dear. It makes you wonder why they're going to ban diesels, doesn't it? I mean, look at this thing. It's a 61 plate, 2011, and there's not a whisper coming out of this thing. It's lovely. It's even had a bit of a rebuild as well, because the engine went poof on this thing. Oh wow, yeah. It's had its moments, this has, but since it's been done, touch wood, it's been driving all right. It's been driving quite nicely. The first issue with this was the front offside caliper was sticking. I never found it sticking, but hey, that's me. But when somebody else drove it, it was sticking, and apparently the disc was that hot, it was glowing white. Turned into a blob. Now, but that was the reason why I was losing the wheel nut indicators off the front wheel. I couldn't understand why. I put a set on that day, they're gone. I thought, where the fuck? Who keeps nicking the fucking things? And then I noticed that there was these melted streaks of plastic around the nuts. I'm like, something's happening. And the fact that the the hub grease, should I say, was oozing out the fucking centre. So that was a telltale sign that something was right. And yeah, it turned out it was a brake caliper sticking on. That gets fixed, and then the following week after that, the fucking engine just went. It just fucking died. Oh fuck me, I've never done anything like it. The shit that came out of it. It wasn't me who was driving either. I wasn't driving at the time. I think I was in the gatehouse then. I was, and the guy who had it, he parked the trailer up, and the truck just stopped, just cut out. So then he jumps out and he unhooks it all and what have you. Jumps back in again, starts it back up, bang. Cloud of white smoke, we managed to get from underneath it, pulled it sort of round towards the edge of the other trailers, and it just went, and that was it, done. And it just wouldn't move, it was just fucking stuck. Oh man, it was such a bastard trying to get this thing to be parked up out of the way without the engine working, because obviously powered steering. So he's like, and it was like such a nightmare trying to move the bloody thing. But we did get there eventually, and was able to then back it in. Took a while though, it did take a while. Certainly wasn't a 5-minute job. And then it went off. It was stuck on the back of a low loader over to Ireland, and as far as I know, then had a rebuild. And it came back, was down Bridgend for a while, hence the reason why it wasn't very pretty when it came back. And then yeah, it's been driving fine ever since. It's been great. It's one of those ones where fortunately you don't tend to get too many well, if any, warnings on the dashboard. It's nice. It's nice when there's no warnings, like the AdBlue don't work, or the air's dropped down, or something like that, because that's what was happening before. We'd have engine warning, AdBlue warning, ABS warning in red for no reason. You just do it, so then you just reset it and it clears it all, and it's fine. And then it's fine all day, and it'll be fine the next day. And then for some unknown reason it does it again. But like I say, it's been really good. Maybe it's because it knows that I look after it. What do you think? Because since I haven't driven it, there is several points of damage on this vehicle that wasn't there before. I even found some more damage the other day on that door. I just don't know what these people do. I really don't. It's fucking unbelievable. 2 lovely whacking great dents in the passenger door, equal to each other. I have no idea. Don't know why, how, what for, or when. This side has got the dents on the cupboard door and scuff marks, which reminds me, I keep forgetting to bring my tea-cut, because at least if I can tea-cut the fucking red paint out, it won't look so bad. I may try and do something with the dent at some point or other. If I can do it, if I can. I mean, I might be able to, I don't know yet, we'll have to have a look. It's just a shame, it's... yeah. Abuse. Unnecessarily. Ow. It's a sign I'm getting fat. My jeans are digging in my flesh. Ooh, back. Oh, that's better. Fuck. That is definitely one thing I've got to try and do, is get my weight back down. Oh dear. I ain't half. Bloody hell. Sitting in that gatehouse, right, it was like a home from home. So, a normal weekend, sitting on my arse, pretty much doing nothing, watching telly or faffing with watches, whatever, right? And then in the morning I'd get up, do my thing, get my shit ready, into the gatehouse. I got my water, got my kettle, got my coffee, got my sugar, got my milk, got my food that I want to eat for the day. So I have a sandwich in the morning and a sandwich in the afternoon, you know what I mean, something like that, like, or maybe a pasty or something, depending. Got the microwave, I've got my laptop, right? So there I am, literally doing exactly the same thing as I was doing on the weekend, but I'm in the yard, in the gatehouse, being paid for it. It's like a home from home. But the problem is, my fucking stomach was going burp, 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 I mean, you can see it in my face. I got like, I'm all fat and shit again. Ah well, never mind. Not to worry. Yeah, I think I put about 1.5 stone on just by being in the gatehouse. That's added to the other stone that I'd put on anyway, I think. Yeah, about that. So, yeah, I am now a fat git again. Ah well, never mind. The disappointing thing about it is the fact that I can't fit in my biking gear. I'm too fat for it. So I've got one of two choices. Lose the weight so I can get my arse in it, or buy a bigger size. I've already contemplated doing that. Oh dear, I just can't afford it. Life. See, my problem is, right, is that I like my food, I really do, but I like the wrong kind of food. But of late, I've been able to do my homemade burritos again. Granted, I've been having far too many of them in one go. I ought to just keep it down to 2 instead of having 3, and not eat a shitload of chocolate after it. If I do that, because these are quite tasty and I'm liking them, then maybe, just maybe, I may get myself on track to losing some weight. I'm not going to fucking promise anything, no, because the weekend will probably turn up and I'll end up either having a shitload of crap, I know, Chinese or a fucking pizza or something, I don't fucking know. Not that I've had a pizza for a while, or a Chinese, that'll be fair, I haven't. Because I look at it like this, if I spend 20 or 30 quid on a bunch of watches, well that's a pizza. So then I can't have a pizza, can I? So, because you can't have both. That's just being greedy. It's there, isn't it? Even with the discounts, normally it comes around about fucking 33 quid. Fucking hell. I have a large one, I have the fucking pizza bread thing, and I have, well, they don't do them anymore. I used to have the dough nuts or dough balls, whatever the fuck you call them, with the pepperoni in them. How nice them was. They don't do them no more. Oh, where's they gone? Oh, we do? No, they're not on the menu, they've gone. Oh, I don't know then. Oh, fuck me. That's no good. So, to compensate, I'd buy the cookies. You have 4 of these cookies. They are seriously more rich than ones are. They're really, really nice. They're like a proper soft, gooey, doughy, whatever the fuck you call it. It's just lovely. And you just shove them in your gob, and it's just heaven in your hand, down your neck. Oh dear. But maybe, just maybe, one day, I might turn and say, oh, I can't keep doing this shit, I'm going to have to stop. Let's hope it's sometime soon. Oh dear. Whatever. Fucking always squint with this type of light. It's terrible. Put my eyes in. Oh, that's better. Yes, I know, I'm the only person driving with sunglasses on when it's bloody overcast. Don't blame me, blame my peepers. Well, that's now the third time that clock has gone round, or the fourth time, should I say, maybe. Yeah, it's just still going. It ain't fucking stopped yet. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. I have no idea. Yeah. What shall I do? Do. Yeah. Well, there's only one thing for it. There you go. Done. There's only one thing for it. I am hoping when I get to this place that it's the back door, not the fucking curtains. Because if it's the back door, I can have a minute. It's nice to have a minute. Yeah. Can't beat having a minute. I don't know what else to talk about now. I'm all talked out. Something will pop in me in a minute. Sure he will. There's what looks like just up by us on the A5, just up from the Turf Island. They are building a new services, and there are two buildings. There's the main one and there's a separate one they're putting up. Looking at the separate building, I am hoping that it's a Starbucks and not a Costa. Don't get me wrong, you know, coffee is an important thing, but I have my preferences. And I mean, there's already a Costa in Cannock on the Church Bridge Island, so realistically we need a Starbucks now because we haven't got one. We haven't got a Starbucks round by us. It's all bloody Costa. No, I'm not a fan of Costa. I will say that. I'm not a fan. Don't get me wrong. If it's the only one available, then I'll stomach it. But it just doesn't taste very good. It's not the same. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I ain't got a clue. I have not got a clue. I just prefer Starbucks. I'd have Nescafe if we had that, you know what I mean, as a last resort, because at least that's not too bad either. You know what I mean? I have that when I'm at home. And I was, yesterday I'd popped to Utoxeter. Where was I? I was somewhere ridiculous, yesterday. And then I had to go to Utoxeter. Oh, where was it now? Which way did I come down? I was up north. Was it Manchester? Yeah, that's right. I was at, Trafford Park. It was the junction 10 of the M60. Trafford 1. It's part of Trafford Park, eh? It's near enough, eh? You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm sure I'll keep it in this bloody thing. No. It's down there. That's fine then. Oh, come on, people. I say, it only does 50 fucking 1 miles an hour. 51. With a good gust of wind and downhill, it might reach fucking 55. Anyway, after I tipped in Manchester, I was off down to Utoxeter, and I gets in there. My load wasn't ready, wasn't picked. Well, it wasn't ready to go onto a trailer, but it was ready to be picked anyway. But the other Reading that I was, because there was one Reading that wasn't ready. There was another one that was being loaded onto the trailer. That was fine. They was doing that now. So I asked the question, can I take this one instead? Blah blah blah. And I might be able to have to do some shifting about, because unfortunately they have got 2 bays out of the 5 which are condemned. They've collapsed. I'm like, well, fucking hell, that ain't no good, is it? I went, well, at least I can take that off, swap it round and what have you, and blah blah blah. And then in the next breath he says, could you do me another favour? And I was, oh, what is it? And he says, could you go and put a trailer on the bay up at the factory? Oh, no, I don't mind that. Well, the factory's round the corner sort of thing. You have to go back up to the A50, up to the island, chuck a left, and it's down there on the right. So I did that for him, and I come back and he gave me 2 boxes of the chocolate coated cookies. Fucking hell, man. 18 packs of these fucking things. I will say this, right? I am not a greedy person, so one of our drivers, I gave him 2 packs. Another one of our drivers, I gave him 1. The lad in the yard, I gave him 2. And chap in the office, I gave him a packet. Simple as that. And then when I got home, I kept 6, I think, and I gave 5 to the lass across the way, because I got a bunch of kids, and I gave them. So I didn't have them all. I think I ended up with 6 packs in the end for myself. I'll give most from away, like, you know. I thought I can't have all them. So yes, little bit of generosity doesn't go amiss, does it? You know what I mean? Share and share alike is what I'll say. So yeah, awesome. Besides, I've got enough. I don't need no more. You know what I mean? I'm not greedy. I think 18 was like, you know, I'd have been happy with just the 1 box, but to have 2, I was like, ooh. But means that more people got the benefit, didn't they? Simple as that. I think my eyes are going to cope with this weather. That ain't too bad. That's not too bad. It'll be alright. It'll be alright on the night. Got a cold sore coming. Fucking cold sores. Pain in the ass. Some of the places that I've been to in this last couple of weeks that I haven't been to in, well, probably a better part of 12 months or more, even with the security bit and driving, because obviously just doing the backwards and forwards all the time. And I pulled into one of my all-time favourites, the one that I got banned from all those years ago. And they've changed their system, right? I'll put it to you like this. They do all sorts of insulation stuff and building stuff, okay? That's as far as I'm going to say who it is. You can draw your conclusions from that. They've changed their situation, right? You drive up the ramp and you stop at the top of the ramp. You go and book in. Not that there's anywhere actually that states to book in, so I'm wandering around like a lost soul. Find out that I've got to go into the reception part and they book you in. Okay, so I did that. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, still waiting. There's nobody in there, by the way, I'm just fucking waiting. Eventually, I think it was about an hour, says I've got, was that pulled in first or did I not? Let me think. Oh, because it was two different people. I think after about 10 minutes I got pulled in just to park in the area where they unload. And then the guy who I gave the paperwork to disappeared. Never to be seen again. An hour later, this other chap comes out and he starts unloading. I'm like, well, what's going on here? He says, I don't know, I just got pulled off the job over here and told to come and unload this. And I'm like, oh, fine. So what happened to the guy who took the paperwork then? We don't know. I'm like, well, fucking hell. I says, this waiting on the ramp there's a bit of a fucking stupid idea, isn't it? He went, well, he says, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, because another vehicle had pulled up, then another vehicle had pulled up, then you got two vehicles on the fucking road. I'm thinking, somebody didn't think about this situation, did they? Because originally they used to pull into the yards and back up and park along the back fence. But now the back fence is full of shit. So there's nowhere to park, so that's what they've done. Basically, they just blocked the fucking road off. Yeah. They're just... Sometimes these people that are paid to come up with whatever these fucking stupid ideas are, and they actually get paid for it, and they get away with this bullshit, it fucking amazes me. It really does. In the beginning God created, now commands mankind to repent. Have you seen that shit? Really? Really? Don't get me fucking started on that rubbish. The world would be a better place if religion was fucking banned across the fucking board. Fuck it all off. Get rid of a lot of it. Fucking cancer of the fucking human race, that shit is. That's my opinion, by the way. If I've offended you, grow a thicker fucking skin, will you? Don't care. Don't give a monkey's. So eventually I got unloaded, done. I only had to go down the road anyway, so it wasn't that bad, but I'd actually been there for just over 2 hours, right? So for just over 2 hours or no, I'll say just under 2 hours, there was people that were waiting to get in to get done. Yeah. Don't know. I don't know. I just don't know why or even how that companies out there let people get away with such crappy ideas. I mean, we have the same problem at our place. We have crappy ideas that are forced upon the drivers when there are better ways of doing it, and yet you can't argue. I mean, we have these fucking greasy, dirty fucking pin locks that we have to put on the trailers when we drop a loaded trailer. Before, I was obviously, because I was in the gatehouse for the reason of the fact that trailer went missing, and I predicted that because of where they're going to put it all in that driver's reception area with a keypad on the outside to get through the door, my first prediction was, well, the keypad's going to get covered in grease. Check. Yeah. Inside wherever you've got places to put these fucking pin locks are going to get covered in grease. Check. That's right. And it's just going to be a complete and utter dirty, filthy mess. Check. Right. I could see that coming a mile off, and that was before it even got fucking situated up there. No. But what would stop that? Susie locks. Using the Castells. That'd have been perfect. Castells would have been awesome. Every driver would have been using the first time round. When that very first trailer went missing, if they was all fucking locked up with these Castells for the airlocks, instead of putting these stupid grease on, where no driver wants to be screwed underneath a trailer, especially when it's pissing in a fucking rain or whatever, getting fucking wet trousers because some of them drivers have to get onto their knees to get underneath there. They can't crouch down, so it's unpleasant, it's filthy, dirty, greasy shit. Nobody wants to do it. Castells, clunk, done. The second trailer would never have got stolen. Never got stolen. Because it would have shown that these trailers are being monitored, for start off. Not just randomly dumped in the yard with the gate open. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Anyway, we have to put up with it. Unfortunately, nobody wants to see reason. But that's what I'm saying. There's always that thing that happens in all work environments. There's always that team of people that come up with as many possible ways to fuck your job up, but they don't do it. I hate that. I fucking hate it. I really do. It's as if these people are purposely found with zero common sense. None. Naff. Give them a piece of paper and a test, they'll fucking piss it every time. But common sense, zero. None at all. Fucking unbelievable. Another one of my favourites is listening to the rumours. Only one person has told me this, mind you. When when I finally got back and I was driving and I went across to Unilever, and I was in there, one of the people in the wheel goes, "Oh, you're back then, are you?" I says, "Yeah." She says, "I never left." I says, "I was just into security." "Really? I heard you got the sack." And I'm like, really? Who's told you that? I said, well, that's what was told. It says you got the sack, and it says apparently the reason why you got the sack is because you've been stealing diesel, and the trailer theft, you had something to do with it. I'm thinking, who is it that comes up with this shit? Fucking hell, man. I'm like, really? Me, of all people? Why the fucking hell would I even contemplate that? I mean, I've known that the people have done stupid shit like that, stealing diesel, and I'm like, for a couple of quid's worth of diesel, you're going to risk being fined, possible prison, and losing your job. That's one of those things where common sense normally comes into play. Well, never mind. Never mind, not to worry. But I was quite a setback when I heard that. I'm thinking, I wonder which fucking grebo has come up with that fucking scenario. Unbelievable. I mean, quitting maybe, that might be a fair assessment, or being made redundant. I mean, there's always that, but accused of stealing and a conspiracy into the trailer that went missing. I'm like, okay, I've never heard that before. That'll teach me to have like fucking 2.5 months off driving, won't it? You know what I mean? Fucking hell. Honestly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can't trust anybody these days, can you? Oh, wow. I think the Chinese whispers failed miserably there, didn't they? Failed miserable. Failed miserably. Talking about failed miserably, I'm going to have to remove the wood that's in the back of this trailer. Yeah, I might see if I can find somewhere to shove it. Finally. Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie me, what can the matter be? Well, you lot won't know. That's for sure. Ooh, we've got traffic lights. We've got traffic lights. We've got traffic lights. This is a three-way set, or is it a two-way set? I don't know. Oh, here we go. We're on the way. Well, we're here, pretty much. Yeah, that's that. I hope I haven't bored you too much. Waffling on about me watches and stupid shit. Yeah, well, not much else to talk about, is it, these days? Yeah. Right then. I'm going to go. I'll speak to you some other time. Turtle pip and all that. Have a good day. Ta-ta. Bye. Go on then. Off you pop. Pop! Poppity poppins! Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Not done that for a while, have I? Oh dear. nice little sneak tour around part of Coca-Cola, which you can have a look at the big bottles on the right here. I love that. That's fucking awesome, it is. And I'm so glad that it's a backdoor jobby. Yes. Back door, perfectly fine. And the ramp's been fixed since the last time I was here too. Having to slalom around all the crap. They've added a no right turn sign here because some drivers couldn't quite grasp the concept you had to go up and round. Oh dear. Yeah, it's all good fun. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's got these little buffers either side of the trailer, which most bays do have, don't they? These have got locking ones as well, so I can use them to step on and fetch the cameras off. Bay 25 I want. Let me just chuck it round a wee bit. I think I'm gonna go that far over. Oh, no, too far. Misjudged that. That's the one.